Debe, webala omuwagizi onyesa kyembasasula bande kimbuze onjagadde nnyo era neyanzisa mubaddewo bulungi mubaddewo bubi mwaliwo mbuto era mubaddewo nga nkuze
compare with anything. Our God is good. You can't compare with anything. Anytime you need Him, He's available. Anytime you need Him, He's available. Compare with anything. Our God is good. You can't compare with anything. Anytime you need Him, He's available. He'll never leave. Anytime you need Him, He's available. Our God is good. Our God is good. You can't compare with anything. Our God is good. You can't compare with anything. If you ask healing in my name, I'll do it all. To the sick, if you ask healing in my name, I'll do it all. To the poor, if you ask money in my name, I'll do it all. To the poor, if you ask money in my name, I'll do it all.
My name is ADVOCACY, Executive Director of Women Leadership Development. We've come here to LIRA today on the 29th of July to finalize our dialogue with the district and city leadership to include the women and youth councillors into their structures to continue doing the work using the knowledge and skills that we have within them. This project started way back in 2021, and now we are almost concluded, but we realize that if the youth and women councillors are not involved in the structures, the results or the impact of the project will not be as good as when they are involved. So today, this is the second meeting, and it's a follow-up meeting from the first one that we had. We've had all the district leadership, that is from the COW and the technical teams of education and health, to see that they can involve the youth and women's councillors monitoring and evaluation in their structures, to continue doing and engaging them to see that they improve the services, that is mainly health and education. We have had a good meeting. They have given us the commitments on how they're going to work with them. We believe with this continuity, the impact will be sustained and the communities of LIRA will benefit into improved services.
What have you found on ground as far as this project, and are you satisfied with the project? these things, what you found on ground?
Wow, the project, we are so satisfied with it because we started in 2021 when the youth and women councillors didn't have the leadership skills and knowledge that required them to improve services. And so when we started with them, now we see all of them are better. We gave them monitoring and evaluation skills. We gave them leadership, governance. We gave them development of policy, bylaws, and ordinances to support the existing laws, basically to improve services. And if you ask the district leadership, they are so happy with the youth and women leaders they have now. There's a lot of improvement, and they believe this has also improved the community. Secondly, they've just put a testament that will continue with some of the activities like the barazas and the radio talk shows. And this will continue giving the communities a way of getting feedback from their leaders, doing accountability, and giving them development, which in the end will give the results that this project wanted to achieve.
Congratulations. And now, what is your last message to the people of LIRA, and also who is funding this?
Wow, yes. Our funder is African Women's Development Fund. They have funded us for this project since 2021 until this year. And I'm so satisfied with this project's impact. We request that the councillors that have benefited, those are 58 councillors, to go and train other councillors in the sub-counties where we were not able to reach. And we also request the leadership to continue supporting the councillors when they come to the offices to do their work. Give them more skills, mainly in budgeting and also that. We really thank you so much, LIRA District, and we hope to have sustained improved services, mainly health and education.
Your name again?
My name is Edith Sally, the Executive Director of Women Leadership Development.
Yes, this one we took it seriously. Immediately we left. That one was even the month where we were to have the reports that we were to give for the previous quarter. And indeed, the various committees that we sat with them included the following: 1, the Youth Council; 2, the Women Council; and then the third one was the committee. We call it the General Purpose Committee. Since we met within this month here, so this resolution that we picked from that very meeting, we took them wholesome and we presented to all these 3 councils, different councils. So that one, I think, it went on smoothly, and the reaction pertaining to that was even good. They agreed in principle that in every activities of the city, they will be engaged. Even if there is no money, they will participate. What we needed to do was only to invite them to come and participate, and many of them do come to participate when we have any outreaches outside the city report. And then to compiling and analyzing monthly report by the M&E officer, I'm glad to say that with the effect of this year, we have an established M&E officer. We used not to have, but we were borrowing the time of the statistician and then the planner to do this M&E for us. Now, since we discussed it as a priority for us to use it to support our day-to-day activities, this officer is already there, and then we need the planner to do this business, and this M&E officer, we told her what, and it's a young person, he's even a user, we told her about the importance of what we expect of her to do every time any activity, be it in the planning unit, any department within the city. So she is very positive of assisting us in handling this. And then 3, planning and budgeting. This is, since we are government, and as a government, it is mandatory that all our activities have to be planned. Nothing else. If you do not plan, it means that that activity is not going to be implemented. And if you want it to be implemented, if there is avenue for supplementary, then you have to begin by doing supplementary, and then you go ahead, and then you implement. Now, we went ahead and said that in order for us to make the planning and then the budgeting well, all of our outreaches, especially what we call barasa, that is the meeting, and meeting of the community. So as a city, we say that in this meeting, we only use 20% of the total hours allocated for that barasa for the city to trigger the community on what they are to tell us, because it is upon them, it is their idea that we want to build on in order to come up with a good plan and then a good budget in order to give them good service. Because if we do not involve them, it means that every time we will be receiving so many complaints. And with this one here, I want to report to this meeting that it prompted us to speed up our activity we planned in order to show the community, the entire community of the city, that we are doing the work. So this one forced us to force the supplier of the grader to come immediately. We wanted it to come by December, but it took long. And at the end of this month, where we met here, that is, I think around 28, 29 of April, grader came because of the pressure that also came. So, which means that we implemented this well.
The end of June, you can imagine. That was last month. So we think that probably this month and the subsequent month, we should be able to have somebody doing that job of analyzing and compiling our data. And then another issue that I wanted to mention is about the issue of building these strong partnerships. He has over mentioned Glowford as one of the partners. As we speak now, we have engaged Glowford. He's manning or is in charge of the children's park. Effective this month. It is one of the biggest facilities in the city here. If I may even call the entire region of northern Uganda, we are the first. And you can just imagine what is going to happen at that place. It is for the youth, especially the children. A lot of business is going to be there, but again, it will be helping and supporting our children to see how to improve their lives, psychologically, and maybe as citizens to be in the future. He has mentioned something to do with Kakebe as one of the partners. I actually came in this city in December last year. But when I had just come, it was one of the biggest conferences I attended and chaired, where we had, I think, over 300 youth from within the city.
Tools that they have to use so that no one is left behind. Then the other question is evaluating the results achieved with all this input. It's really great, but we have to know what are we achieving and how do we improve on that. That helps even other stakeholders to contribute support on the same that the government that has done. With Avis Foundation, and it was also in partnership with the district that provided the venue with the premises. Are the youth still using it to source for the jobs? Although at that point we are really zeroing on agriculture, because other areas had different areas where they can have jobs where they can source. But that job center was mainly to support the youth in green employment, or that is on the additional value to the goods that they do, and also getting employment with the people who need them in agriculture. Thank you.
The current status of the areas where they will be assessing. For instance, that job center, the library, all the areas. What is the current position, so that a year later, in all the areas I think which are, even maybe some which are not even in this project, but where there is service provision, let them take the current position so that we have a way of assessing 10, 12 months later, if this was found and confirmed that that's the current position, what is the work plan to keep improving, and a year later what has been done. Because you have to know where were we before you can monitor and evaluate progress.
We are trying to do active case search, moving to the community, having community engagement in order for us to avert this measles outbreak. And the measles outbreak is affecting even the adult. We realize that in the middle, people started well with the immunization, but now their attitude has gone down, and most of the children from 20-something years to now, to date, they are not getting access to immunization, and that's why we are getting this outbreak. You find a place which is underserved, and the place is broken, and those people just sit without thinking of taking the children for immunization. Those are the challenges. The young man who appreciated how he was trained and is now able to deliver and communicate in a big congregation. This is what we want our people to learn, our young people to learn, so that the future generation take a lead in leadership. I work hand in hand always with Glowford. I want to appreciate Glowford and what they're doing. Please, let us utilize them. They have a going bar, then a match market. And in this market, we have realized that there is that interaction where youth from the city move there during market days, because that market takes about 3 days. So they move and stay there, wait for other DC dealers, the cows dealers and the rest that come from Sudan and the rest. And of course, for us to control this, we plan to have a joint meeting with the city team and see how best we can handle these hotspots. We have also opened some safer spaces within the community where adolescents, girls and young women goes and receive health information and health service delivery, especially family planning services. And we have gone ahead to train both in the city and the district, the community health, community extension health workers to support in providing family planning services to our women and our adolescents, girls and young women. Of course, it's something which we have seen that it can support. We used to have a very good program, Anna Dreams, which has been halted a bit, because Anna Dreams, we used to have many economic plans coming out and to support the adolescents, girls and young women, of which shortly when Trump came, it it almost halted it. But it was a very, very good plan because it was giving them economic empowerment. We look at how best we can support the young people. Right now, we have a plan also to handle the issue for adolescents, the teenage mothers that has delivered and they are suffering with the children. When you go to the hospital there, you get children who are malnourished from child mothers, and they are really suffering. And you get them without even support. They are there, they are even themselves malnourished. They don't have food, they don't have clothing, they don't have anything to look after the child. So we are trying to map how to make a follow-up to go and support them at their family level, where we can talk with the community within, and we make them to accept these people and support them at that family level, to support the growth of these young children, the babies and the children who are malnourished. So those are the things and the health.
I'm going to start on that note. And I want to be evidence-based. Chodrick has gone out, but he has a password on his phone. I wanted to show us something. I want to start from number 8 of our commitment, according to that report before you. We have made bylaws. LIRA district has made a number of bylaws, and I'm going to give just example. Apparently, WLEDE has 2 running bylaws. One is on wetland, and the wetland bylaw says that each household must have at least 20 fruit trees and a cassava garden. And I think that one, they are handling food security in WLEDE. And then they also have a bylaw on nutrition, which is already running. And then the one which is waiting for approval is on education bylaw, and which aim is to reduce school dropout. It is waiting to be approved by the district council. And I want to think of GUR also has a bylaw. Betty, which bylaw is that? To support continuity of the project. When you go to online, it is even there, especially for WLEDE. We are going to give you the link to just for evidence-based. And then the first one about the involvement of the key stakeholders, structures in planning and budgeting for the trained women and youth councillors. And as we know, the procedure of planning and budgeting, which is bottom-top, and that is the approach that we are using from village to the sub-county or to the district level, where we don't leave any structure out. The women, the youth, the men, and everyone is involved right from the village level. As I speak right now, we are working on the 5-year development plan, and the process is right from the village. And secondly, already the technical staffs have been brought on board, and they're spearheading the implementation of activities like support, supervision, monitoring, and auditing, among others. For example, I am here and I'm also a technical person, and we do this time and again. The CDOs and others has that one at the sub-county level. But at the district level, the technocrats and also the politicians also go for support, supervision, and monitoring when they are guided. Yeah, with guidance. As I speak right now, we are already lobbying, and we are networking and lobbying to sustain this project using the available partners that we have on the ground. At the moment, we have plan in the sub-counties of Ogur, Bar, Agweng, Aromo. They are implementing which project is that? Yes. This gender-based violence plan does it. And apart from plan, you know, our sub-counties are unique, and organizations can't be in all the sub-counties.
Some organizations can be in the other and the others in the other. For example, Aromo Ayami has CCI is also in almost all the sub-counties, but they're implementing projects of nutrition. But also in other sub-counties like Ayami and Aromo, they also have other projects that are addressing issues of gender-based violence, early marriages, and teenage pregnancies. And we also have all nations that are implementing Real Fathers Project. They are implementing Real Fathers Project in Aromo now, Ayami, Ogur, Agwen, Sub-County and Town Council, Agali, almost covering the entire sub-county district, I could say. When you look at Real Fathers Project, it addresses all our concerns. One, being an exemplary father, having a collective responsibility in a home, between a mother and a father, and then caring for the children, playing, because they say children learn through play. And when you see that in their trainings, issues of gender-based violence is inclusive, gender-based and sexual gender-based violence, I could say, and economic IGAs are also inclusive. And so when you look into project, it covers everything. And they're basically working with the youth or women up to 36 years old, like that. So that is the lobbying or the coordination and the networking that we are trying to have at the moment. So that the issue of budgeting is already addressed. It is actually ongoing. And so we look at the stakeholder sensitization that has to be filled, because, for example, the audit, if they are not knowledgeable, especially on gender-sensitive issues and activities, and if it is not according to the guideline, it can bring issues. But when they are given the capacity and the knowledge, there's a way they can handle. And finally, we are looking at developing integrated bylaws and ordinances on issues that affect women, youth, and the vulnerable families.
As well included in the governance structures. As I talk, recently we promoted internally 3 head teachers, female, out of the 5. And LIRA district, I think we have the highest number of female head teachers compared to male. So meaning that we have actually embraced this, and at the same time we have conducted several trainings, especially on gender inclusive education. So meaning that whatever a teacher is going to do in classrooms should actually incorporate the gender sensitive aspect, ranging from the preparation of instructional material, this group discussion, especially when it reaches to classroom discussion. So this has been some.
Is so beneficial to the women, in which we are so much keen into it, is the functional literacy, whereby we are encouraging women to participate actively into this program. We have very good programs under this, and we have very good projects under this program. For example, we have in Kakoge women who have started making smearing oil, and this week they have been invited by Minister of Gender in Gulu to participate in the exhibition. They are also actively engaging in other activities like liquid soap making and poultry keeping. And since this project is also facing a lot of challenges, things to do with the resources, since we are so much limited in this, so we encourage them to form groups and they benefit from PBN. And indeed, they are managing this project very well because now they are able to read, they are able to write, they are able to do simple calculations. So that I thought of adding.
This is where we are supposed to do the training. We engage the youth, PWDs, on the different roles that are supposed to perform. To perform in order to execute their duties.
So monitoring and evaluation, we had actually agreed earlier, now that can be done by hand.
I want to thank the participants for all we have invited here. We want to appreciate the unity to bring the first things to the team. And till when we don't get enough, that we are there to meet and work together. As LIRA district and state member, the move and the struggle, we want to thank you and give you special thanks for being with us. You have asked from stakeholders directly who are benefiting the success stories. And I think these are yet few cases. You are aware we have women from Aramo, Yami, when I say that's why I was emphasizing on the sustainability. Appreciate statement. Which means you are being of value. Let us be thinking and working towards it makes me the Indian thing. If one permits, be with us, and then we continue. Because as we start the region in northern region, and then our question should be what we still need a lot. We still need a lot. People who are recovering from post-war. And the post-war issue cannot be handled in such a period. I want to continue to encourage the stakeholders, especially the civil servants, who are the implementers of what we have here always. To always give us the report. Always have the report. Let us be receiving the progress report as politicians, because we want to know the status at which we are in, so that it can give us opportunity to lobby further and recommend the existing non-state actors. I want to thank the team from the city. This all this happening now. I have never said to you, and I never say it to others. When you're discussing anything for me, I will ask you what about the real estate. Because we cannot come and leave real estate behind. That's why it is good to have the program concurrently so that the other side, no side is left behind. As I conclude, I will still want to say, be knocking the doors of the funders.
As a team on the ground, I can see this is the plan to carry on. And we need, actually this would have been like a 2 years plan. And if by any miracle 2 years will not find him in LIRA and LIRA City, then this will be a presentation. No action will be taken. But with you on the ground supporting, I think we shall be good to go. That's why I was emphasizing on the sustainability plan. Unfortunately, I'm up and down because of other issues. Or technocrats, let us be thinking and working towards the sustainability plan. The moment we have a development partner in the district, we should think about the start and the end. And then our question should be, what else after? I think that's what I am calling the sustainability plan. With those very many words, I want to thank you once again and thank the participant.
Project that has come to empower the youth and the women in as far as their functions are concerned. It is really very tremendous to realize that stemming from the previous engagement, we have achieved really great progress in as far as the matters that we had concluded on, especially in the recommendations are concerned. And I believe this very meeting is going to even enhance our motivation and capabilities further to ensure that we even accomplish more and more in the nearby future to come. Therefore, I'm urging all those who have been invited to be part of this engagement that whatever work plans that we've made, let us take them seriously, because I believe it's going to be presented in the next coming meeting. So let us not relax, because now we are moving so fast. We have a lot of positive changes in the way we are doing our businesses, and with the addition that we've made today, let us all be very active and ensure that we do our best so that we really actively utilize the women and the youth in their functions or in their oversight function. Ladies and gentlemen, with
active participation up to the end, and I've seen it. And I thank all of you for being part of this meeting. This is a great assignment that we have done together in terms of sustainability of the impact of the project. I believe it's going to make that.
For plans. So I think I will say that again. And at the same time, it is that
to move our governance to another level. As you have said, I think you also mentioned that the level of discussion, the level of engagement has improved over time, and we feel in WLEDE that we have contributed a bit to this development, to this growth. So we want to thank you very much. We want to thank you because when you come, you attend, you participate, it's been good. It's been good. When we are coming, we are looking forward to an interactive and useful session with you. Thank you so much for to move our governance to another level. As you have said, I think you
Solution and management. That I once I appreciated you people for doing that for us for free. Because we cannot get it from them that you. They got it from here and implemented it there. We are so much happy as women for the women activists that always coming to support us. When it comes to politics,
means we are going to slightly reduce on the number of women in parliament, and that calls for more capacity building among the women to at least try much harder to contest with men. And I also want to tackle a bit that many of these women and youth these days, they can speak out on their rights.
I want a big smile for